Hello YouTube, my name is Parker and welcome back to Radical Dreamers. In the last episode, I feel a flash of pain through my left temple. I stumble to the ground as I press against the side of my head, trying to stop the blood from gushing out. Sarge! Kids screaming fades slowly away into the distance as I lay there stunned. The deep redness overcomes me and we are dead. Might try that again. So it's been a little while since I've recorded this. It's been a good few weeks, maybe even, I don't know if it's been a month yet. Basically, I had my break between my semesters in school. And I had some stuff, I was going to record during that time period, and I managed to record right at the start of it a bit. But then I had some stuff come up, and I actually had a bunch of stuff going on. I had some family things that were happening. And then by the time all of it was finished, my new semester had started. So I'm in my next semester now, and things are evening out now, and I'm getting back into the swing of recording again. So you're going to start seeing uploads a bit more regularly again for the foreseeable future, you know? So anyway, I don't totally remember what we were doing. I think we'd okay, so here's Riddle's room, and we'd gone the other way from where you enter. Normally, at the start we turned left, but we'd gone the other direction. Gone right, I think. So upward staircase to the left. I think I want to go into the room with the statue again. I want to go down there. I'm actually going to fast forward here. Okay, here we are. Never mind, we're already here. And I want to try to get through this again. Because I am pretty sure there's something we're supposed to do here. But I don't know what. Okay, so we get attacked by the fish. And then I don't know what we want to do here. So let's try to, I'm going to try to fight them off. I don't think that's a good idea. So we're going to, I don't think this is the right move, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Make some sushi. No, I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, so let's head back toward the entranceway, I guess. That's fine. We take a bit of damage. Interesting. So that doesn't really work. Also, by the way, sorry if I sound a little up. I've been sneezing. My allergies are acting up a bit today. While resting on a wall to tend to my wounds, something out of the ordinary. Oh, okay. We've already done this. I'm going to fast forward through this. Okay. We've already done all of this. So we're going to give up. Something in the mansion. I gotta think about that. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, I just remembered what we did last time. Oh, okay. No, I remember there's that, we talked to the old lady, and she told us where there's like a key or something, right? I remember that. Okay, I gotta remember where that is. We'll take the stairs, I guess. Oop. Okay, this isn't where we need to be. These paintings are bloody strange. She has to have seen it. I suggest we look elsewhere. And I offer no objections. Okay. So we need to go down the stairs. And we go through the passage on the right. For Lynx's adopted daughter, and we need to keep going down the passageway and ignore this one. And I think we have to go in here. Was this it? No, this isn't it. Lynx's quarters. I sure hope that key's in here somewhere. Oh wait, did we do this before? Ask where the treasure vault key is. That's what we did. Okay, that's what we did before. With the treasure vault key. And that's where we found out it was in the other room. And I have to remember where that room is, because I don't really remember the layout of this place. I had it down before, but I don't remember now. We could ask kids measurements. We should probably ask about Lynx. What's going on inside Lynx's mind right now, I ask, as my curiosity momentarily overcomes my fear. The surface of the mirror ripples gently before fading into darkness. Before long, a sentence of white text begins to materialize. Huh? Kid asks, frustratedly staring at the text. What's "be so kind and find him by yourselves" supposed to mean? That's your answer, you damn mirror? You just wanna... Oh, I should probably be giving her the voice. You damn mirror? You just want a good smashing, don't you? She yells, stepping toward it. I don't know about the voice. However, the mirror's clarity begins to fade and all of the remaining text becomes too foggy to be read. Yeah, okay. Damn, Mira, come on, let's find another one, Kid insists, rushing out of Lynx's quarters. Interesting, okay. I don't think there's anything in here, but I'm gonna check. Another mirror. Yeah, somebody's in here. Back toward the atrium. And we don't need to go down the archway, so we need to take the stairs. Toward the study. No, we want to go toward the ballroom. Oh, that's the room with the organ. Never mind. The study. Wait, this is the study, right? Is this the room we need? Yes, this is it. Okay, this is where we need to be. Okay, time to find that key, Kid says as she steps into the center of the room, surrounded by row after row of books. Where did that crazy mirror say we could find it? Hey, Sarge, pay attention to when I'm talking to you. Just when I thought you remembered which one it was. Oh no, I don't remember. I think it was a book in the back. Red. Maybe it's that red book over there here in the back. Yeah, that sounds like it. I should have asked again. Then she begins to read a passage in a low, steady voice. Sun Tzu said the art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. It instead is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. That was not it. Some sort of witchcraft. Oh, I guess we just have to keep checking. I think it was a book in the back, wasn't it? Flipping through the pages, suddenly an old brass key falls out of the book, hitting the ground with a clank. Here we go. Throwing the book aside, Kid bends down and grabs the key. Her eyes light up as she stares at it in her hands. We race out of the study, eager to see what awaits us in the vault. Magill follows behind a moment later after returning the book to the shelf. We leave the study, retracing our steps through the dark passageway. Finally, the passage comes to a three-way branch. Okay, so we need to now go toward the treasure room that was locked before. Which was toward the terrace, I believe. Uh-oh. Before me, Kid comes to an abrupt stop. My knife's ready, but all I can see is darkness. Then, from up ahead, I start to hear a clattering noise. Whatever it is coming closer and closer. Goblins. It's the sound of iron armor clanking against stone floor. I'm sure of it. Ooh. Run. Aw, quit being such a fraidy cat. They already know we're here, mate. Her words stab into me like a rusty nail. Come on, let's get him, she yells, insanely bolting down the passageway. It would be better to maybe be a little stealthy. Let me get my knife ready. Alright, let's take him down. The goblins amount to 5 in all. They seem more intelligent from the usual fare, probably due to some awful sort of form of education and human torture and suffering. Each of them is as tall as Magill, but at least twice as thick. Each of them is equipped with a morning star, as well as a mace at the side. These chain-bound spiked metal balls look deadly enough from here. I hope they aren't as skillful with those things as I think they are. Laughing heartily at us, the one in the front starts to swing its morning star over its head, taking a step toward me. Jump back. Not a single moment after I leap back, the iron ball smashes into the stone floor. I can't rely on this little knife to parry those huge morning stars. There's no way I'll survive fighting like that. Hand. Seizing the opportunity to score a hit against the unprotected flesh, I slash at the goblin's extended hand before it has a chance to recoil its weapon. I tear open a huge gash, revealing muscles and tendons. Recoiling its violently bleeding hand, in a shock of hysteria, it lets go of its morning star. I quickly flash my hand out, throwing my knife at its face. As it dodges the oncoming blade, I quickly dive to the floor and retrieve the dropped morning star. Once I have it, I scurry away from the beast as fast as I can. The goblin turns toward me, instantly realized what just happened, angrier than ever. Gulp. Aiming again for its face, I start to swing the heavy chain around and around. But there's not enough time to get this thing going. The goblin pounces on me, grabbing its weapon back. It then starts to strangle me with the chain. I pull at the chain, but the goblin's got it wrapped around me much too tightly. Suddenly, Magill walks up directly in front of us. Lower your weapon, he orders. Grunting a short laugh, the goblin tosses me aside to take care of the seemingly frail, unarmed man. It rushes Magill, reaching for the mace dangling at its hip. Just as this happens, Magill instantly throws a high kick toward the goblin's face. The mace flies into the air as the goblin falls flat on its back. Magill nimbly catches the mace. He swings it descent downwards, crushing the goblin's head only a split second later. This entire incident takes only a few seconds, unfolding right before my eyes. Hey, Kid shouts out, next time you decide to do something like that, make sure you can handle what you're getting yourself into. Really, Kid, what great battle strategies. Just a little positive encouragement once in a while wouldn't help. Wait, weren't there 5? But I wish I had the guts to talk to her like that, but I remember if I did, I'd probably just end up having one more bloodthirsty beast after me. Phew, you okay, mate? Yeah, I'm not bad. I've got some bruises here and there, but nothing too serious. You? Oh, are you kidding? I kicked that thing's ass so bad, it didn't even have time to say its prayers. Yeah, we did pretty good back there, didn't we? I don't know about that. Damn it, Sarge. When are you gonna bloody grow up and start fighting like a man? Kid's glare shoots into me like an icy lance. I swallow a dry gulp and continue down the corridor behind her. After continuing on through the passage for a while, the terrace comes into view on the right. I take a deep breath of the fresh evening air, hoping to calm my senses. Okay, we need to go through the passageway. Yep, okay. Storeroom. Keep going down the hallway. There better be treasure here. The smell of gold's thick in the air, mate. Alright, guys. Here we go. It better open now, Kid says, putting the key we found into the lock. As the lock... Oh, okay, we're suddenly showered in all colors of light. Must have been an enchanted lock. Whatever's on the other side of this door has got to be pretty good. The heavy doors open slowly. Inside the room, I gasp at the awesome spectacle laid out before our eyes. Oh, hello. Despite the sparse light, a brimming mountain of silver, gold, and other precious-looking artifacts shimmer and twinkle throughout this huge treasure vault. Kid is almost drooling at the sight, but to be fair, a sight like this would captivate most people. Enormous heaps of riches are piled before our eyes, in amounts most people will probably never see in their entire lives. It looks to be authentic. Remember, our goal is the flame. Do not waste time with frivolities, says Magill flatly. Geez, I told you, I know. The flame is probably not going to be kept in here, though. Regardless of Magill's warning, Kid can't help but be taken aback. She gawks at the room's contents in awe until... Uh-oh. Hey, what's that? In the back, on the pedestal. There, a palm-sized jewel radiates a pale... Oh, wait, no, it is, maybe. Resting patiently behind the other treasure. It looks as though it's a roaring flame that's somehow been frozen in time. Is it the... There it is! The frozen flame. As Magill glides over toward the pedestal, I nervously call out. Be careful, we can't afford falling into a trap. Fine, Kid frustratedly says, glancing back at the door. Just remember, we're short on time. After investigating the pedestal for a while, Serge was correct. It does seem to be trapped. Magill steps back, mumbling something in a low voice while placing his hand near the base of the pedestal. Slowly, an inscription begins to emerge on its surface, shining brightly for a moment. It should be disarmed now, he says, before cautiously lifting the scarlet jewel from the pedestal. Sarge's party got the frozen flame. We did it. Phew, we did it! With a sigh of relief, I turn toward Magill. He's looking intently at the flame. Way to go, Magill. All right, let's... Oh, yep. There it is. It's a fake, isn't it? Suddenly, the gem shatters into 1,000 pieces in Magill's hand. It's a fake, indeed. That fiend Lynx would never have left the real flame in a place like this. Damn. Suddenly, an alarm bell rings out. The room lights up and heavy metal bars fall in front of the door. I think the real flame is past the statue, the one we can't get past. Our only exit is blocked. I'll look around only to see Kid holding a fancy crown suddenly real. Oh, she did it. She touched stuff. No. Sarge's party got the golden crown. Oh, okay. That dim-witted dingo, I say to myself. Suddenly, out of the corners of the room, 4 mechanical birds suddenly come to life. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Their loud metallic screeching only adds to my uneasiness. It doesn't look like it will open, says Magill, checking the iron bars in front of the door. But before Magill can even finish the sentence, we start to hear deep, snarling voices somewhere outside the room. Which way is it coming from? A heavy voice asks. Sounds like the treasure vault's alarm to me. The voices continue to get louder and louder as we stand motionless inside the room. We silently gawk at each other, hoping one of us will have some sort of plan. Kid hides herself under a mountain of gold coins. Quick, hide, mate! I frantically look around the room. There, over in the far corner, there's an empty treasure chest behind a post. I dash over to it, climb in, and close the lid. Looks like there's no one here, boss. That's strange. No one ever's been able to escape this old thing. Softly opening the lid of the chest, I take a peek outside through the small crack and see 5 goblins, bedecked in armor. having unlocked the iron bars and standing just a few feet from me. They look around the room restlessly, peeking into the shadows. Eventually, one of them raises his head to speak. Maybe a rat set it off. The cook was complaining about rats just the other day. Rats? Are you trying to tell me a rat set off the trap? A fat goblin questions the others with a doubtful face. And with that, squeak, squeak, squeak comes from the corner over by where Kid's hiding. Taken aback, the goblins stop looking and look at each other. After a little while, the chief slowly strokes his chin and says, "No, actually, wasn't it stray cats that the cook was complaining about?" God damn it. No! No! No, you idiot! What have you done? Again, the goblins glance at each other. That's strange. What I heard was just... I heard that it was a vicious Hecarim that invaded the pantry, I think. Not a peep this time. I can only picture Kid racking her brain trying to think of what a Hecarim sounds like. Just as I thought, a thief, says one of the guards. But just as they start to approach... Oh, well then it certainly is a Hecarim without a doubt, one of them says, exchanging a smile with the others. Well, that's pretty frightening then. Come on, let's get out of here. The pack begins to file out of the treasure vault. But then suddenly the You're a fool, Kid. But then suddenly the goblins all spring on the pile of gold. Well, what do we have here? Hey, get your hands off me, you slimy freaks, Kid says, struggling to break free. Slimy? A thief like yourself isn't in much of a position to criticize, one of them hollers at her. Kicking herself free of their grasp, Kid inches back into the corner of the room. The goblins start to corner her off, laughing to themselves. I quietly sneak out of my hiding place and unsheath my knife, ready to take an entire troop of armed goblins as a lost cause, even for Kid. What should I do? Frankly, I'm in a quandary. Save her, I guess. Yeah, I can't abandon my friends, especially at a time like this. Gripping my knife tightly, I charge into the center of the room, shouting, "Hey, you stupid oafs!" They all turn around, staring at me blankly for a moment before their expressions turn to rage. You just came here to die, didn't you, little man? You really want us to trample over your head that badly? Well, I suppose that we can accommodate you, the goblin boss says, giving a deep laugh. Without a moment's hesitation, Kid shouts back, "Don't think you can easily pick a fight with the likes of the great Kid and get away with it." Wait a minute, so you're the elusive Kid, the boss asks, as his eyes softly narrow. How sweet this is. Perhaps if I deliver your head to Lord Lynx, he'll give me a nice reward. Where's Magil? The boss goblin takes its morning star from its side. The huge iron ball jangles down on the floor. Please don't confuse us with any ordinary goblins, striking fear into the hearts of men everywhere. We are Lynx's elite security force, the fearsome magical Gobbler team. Gobbler. If you got time to spout off all that nonsense, then you sure got enough time to get your asses kicked, Kid shouts, exploding with a fierce roundhouse kick. The goblin teeters and staggers, dizzied by the brunt of her attack. Let's get him, boys. Start with that little twerp over there. Metal balls begin to swing around, swooshing through the air with a deadly speed. Jet Gobbler attack! Sliding across the floor like the wind, the goblins simultaneously rush us. Looking up, all I can see is a goblin coming at me head on. Dodge. That's, yeah. Ooh, okay. Metal ball rams into my shoulder, throwing me off balance. Writhing in pain, I'm barely able to lift my head in preparation for the next attack. Haha, good boy. Come on, let's have more fun. Just then I start to hear odd howling noises from behind me. I turn around to see Magil's black wind spell streaking out from his fingertips, transforming in midair into countless number of razors. They fly like homing missiles into one of the goblins, cutting it to shreds. How can a human have such power? Who are you? Oh, you know what? I think he is. He's gonna be like, I don't remember what they were called. Like the race of people that Magil was from like 10,000 BC or 15,000 BC or something. The ancient people. The goblin shrieks in fear as its body is effortlessly torn to pieces. Magil's expression remains unchanged as he silently surveys the scene, looking for his next target. Another huge iron ball whizzes through the air, swinging down toward me. Roll over and dodge it. Okay, never mind. Swings down on my head. I try to bend down quickly to dodge it, but the next moment all I see is stars that lie on the floor in the daze. Good. Sarge, watch out! I hear a kid screaming at me to get up. My hands are pressed against my head, trying to ease the wincing pain. Doubt and resignation will get me killed in battle. I can't. Yeah, I know. Okay, parry it. I frantically parry the goblin's attack. I try to lunge it with my knife. However, before I can do anything, the goblin snaps me up within its thick arms and smashes me as hard as it can on the floor. My mind goes completely blank from the shock. Kid comes to my aid, delivering a lightning-quick strike to one of the goblins. We're doing terrible. What's the matter, huh? Where are your magical gobbler skills now, or whatever you call it? The goblin can't help but collapse onto the floor in pain. Kid boots it in the jaw before backing away for her next attack. Quit screwing around, Sarge. Keep an eye on your own trouble. Another huge iron ball whistles through the air, swinging. Okay, dodge it. As quickly as I can, I roll over and try to dodge the attack. However, the iron ball strikes me square in the back, sending me clear off my feet. Oh my god, we're taking so much damage. I don't know how damage works in this, if there is like an HP or what. I hit the ground with a hard thud as the back of my head smacks against the hard stone floor. I roll over and try to recover, but the throbs of pain are unbearable. Sing, boy, sing the song of pain. Scampering away, I suddenly see a dark shadow cover the ground in front of me. Fearfully looking up, a huge goblin towers directly above my quivering body. Come on, Magill, help me! Die, the goblin roars, swinging its weapon down. No, I won't go down that easy. Yes, please! Thank you! Yes, thank you again. Yeah, okay. Magill's expression remains unchanged as he silently surveys the scene looking for his next target. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Parry, I guess. Try to lunge it with my knife. Quick as a mouse, I slice into the goblin's side. It lets loose a gnarling scream of pain as its putrid face contorts in agony. Beside me, an arrow of light jumps out from Magill's fingertips, instantly pulverizing the goblin. The goblin topples onto the ground, half vaporized. Magill stares at it with his ever-present eyes of steel as his dark cape flaps in the breeze. Long live Lord Lynx! Glory to the magical gobblers, says the last of the goblins as it comes crashing to the ground in a bloody mess. Yes! Okay, I was a little bit worried there for a second. I might save. Easy, easy, said Kid. Yeah, we're just gonna save here. You know? Just think that's a good idea. Says Kid, wiping some sweat off her brow. Hey, fool, she says, staring bitterly at me. I can take care of myself. I can't take care of myself, apparently. We are... Dude, Magill is carrying the team. Like, that's just it. Her eyes start to quiver and she turns away. But, thanks, mate. We must be on our way, Magill says. There's no way of knowing who else knows we're here now. I know. That bastard's cousin is... Oh, the cousin. That bastard's causing us too much trouble. They said they were Lynx's personal guards, yeah? They might have some valuable stuff on them. But before she even finishes speaking, Kid starts to search through the head goblin's clothes. Sheesh, there's really no need to be such a scavenger. Might be a good idea. Yeah, there we go. What's this? Removing a small metal object from the goblin's pocket. It's a hand-shaped medallion of some sort, covered in archaic-looking symbols. There we go. It's a key, Magill says, walking over to us. These markings suggest it unlocks a certain magical seal. That's what we have to put in the mouth. Wow, well, their loss, says Kid. I'm not sure what her accent is. It fluctuates between British and Australian and my normal speaking voice and everywhere in between. Awesome. All right, we've got the thing to put in the mouth now. Cheap goblins. She stands up and looks around, sighing. It'd be a waste to leave all this loot behind, though. We can always come back for it later, Kid. Kid turns around and grins. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go. The night won't last forever. It's lasted a while. From the treasure vault, paths extend to the left and right. Okay, yeah. So we got to go toward the terrace now. And Proceed toward the terrace still, yeah. And then we gotta go to the hallway. Wait. Yeah, we gotta go down the stairs. Okay, so we gotta go into the archway, right? Are you serious? There's no way in hell I'm going back in there be eaten alive. Yeah, losing a leg or two wouldn't do a thing for your girlish figure. Having stopped before the atrium, we once again come to the ominous mouth of truth. Here we go. Maybe there's something we didn't try before, Kid says, taking out her personal effects and holding them out at me. Me again. Kid smiles at me innocently. Amidst my hesitation, I reach for one of her accessories. The hand. The hand-shaped plate. I take the hand-shaped plate. Its strange, contorted symbols give me a headache just by looking at them. Nervously, I reach in and place it on the tongue. It's a perfect fit. Sliding it into place, I quickly remove my hand and back away a few steps. The huge wide eyes start moving around slowly, and a slight vibration can be felt from behind the wall. Something's happening, something big. I just wish I knew whether it's good or bad. An odd sound escapes from the mouth of truth as his eyes continue to roll. I want to make a run for it. However, I look over and see the ever-fearless expression in Kid's eyes and stay my ground. Suddenly, the marble sculpture stops moving. I stare at it, wondering what's going on. Then its tongue starts to roll around inside its mouth, while its eyes tilt further and further upwards until its pupils disappear underneath its eyelids. We hear the plate sliding down its throat, vanishing into the deep, dark depths of the mansion. What's happening? Apparently, a pious being such as this may roll its eyes from time to time. The simple fact that Maggle tried to make a joke just there makes me stop and forget where I am for a second. All that's going to happen is you're going to lose another one of my things. I could have got a lot of cash for that, Kid says regrettably. Suddenly, over by the atrium, we start to hear some sort of latch being... Oh. The sound of water draining echoes through the corridor. There we go. Taking a few steps toward the atrium, I see the red water has formed into a whirlpool and is flowing down into the pond. The piranhas are being washed away. What's the matter, little fishies? Not enough water? Aw, playtime's over, you nasty buggers. Come on, I'm dying to see what's past that fountain. I am too, actually. That's the very first path we took, and we're finally going to be able to go down it. Having crossed through the atrium, eventually we come to a split in the path. We can either go left... Oh, cross through the atrium. We can go left or right from here. Might as well go left first. After a bit of walking, we come to an old-looking door with a brass handle. Damn it, another locked door. I don't get it. There's no smell of gold or nothing. This leads to Viper's Manor's catacombs, says Maggle hesitantly. Viper Manor's catacombs. Uh-oh. Gonna have some zombies or something. He's right. Standing here in silence, I realize there's a faint scent of death on the air. And then, putting my ear to the door, I start to hear a deep, tortured moans from far beyond. Oh. I jump back, looking at the door. Let's try somewhere else. Yeah, but I'm thinking that if you were wanting to hide something, you would maybe put it in the most dangerous place. Just ahead of me, I bump into Kid, who's come to a complete stop. Something's wrong, mate. I stop my breath, trying to listen for anything. Then, out of the darkness, clunk, clunk. Something's ahead of us on the path. Whatever it is, it's coming for us. I nervously unsheath my knife, trying to ignore my anxiety for this inevitable confrontation, now only moments away. It's a skeleton. Oh, okay. It's just a skeleton. Look for a weak spot. The skeleton takes a step forward with its sword in hand. Just as Maggle begins to move in on it, it raises its arms overhead, staring at him with a strange look in its eyes. Maggle suddenly stops dead in his tracks. Maggle, snap out of it, I shout, but his eyes are totally glazed over, completely unaware of... Attack, I guess. I start to bolt toward the gruesome creature. Avoiding a deadly slash by his rusty sword, I aim a kick for the skeleton's midsection. And with that, the skeleton breaks in two, toppling to the ground as I carefully back away. As the skull hits the ground, it shatters into countless pieces. We're good. What was up with you back there? Kid shouts at Magil, her eyes firmly planted on him. Snap out of it already. Magil blinks a few times. Dazed, he seems to be alright now. Ouch. My body is screaming at me from all of my cuts and bruises, and I'm a mess upstairs too. I don't know how much more of this I can handle. I really need to watch myself from here on out. Damn it, Saj. When are you gonna bloody grow up and stop fighting like a man? Kid's glare shoots into me like an icy lance. I swallow, drag gulp, and continue down the corridor behind her. Okay, so I'm taking that as we are in bad shape. Okay, now we gotta keep going forward. After a little ways down the passageway, we come to a descending staircase. Take the stairs. We slowly walk down the stairs, taking us deep below ground. It's as though we're descending further and further into an endless abyss. Once we reach the bottom, we come to another split. We can go left or right, but both paths look equally dismal. We'll go left again. After a little ways, we're presented with a sturdy set of doors. A wooden plaque has been hung over the doorframe. Only one word is written on it. Armory. Armory, eh? The key to the catacombs has got to be in here. Kid places her ear on the door, not a peep. We'll do it. Maybe I should have saved first. Someone is here, however. Who is it? Oh. With a book in hand, a single goblin sits in a chair. Humming to itself, a sweet aroma fills the room, presumably from the teacup sitting on the table before it. There's something different about this goblin. It doesn't seem hostile in the least. Looking up from its book, it examines us from behind its bifocals. Ah, welcome. It's rare to have visitors all the way down here. Too bad we're not guests, Kid shouts. If you want to live, tell us where the key to the catacombs is. And with that, Kid takes her knife and thrusts it into the desk, slicing through the tablecloth. The goblin remains docile. Ah, you must be the elusive Kid. I so wanted to see you with my own eyes. We've all heard so much about you. But before it can finish its sentence, Kid grabs the knife and hurls it through the air. The goblin sets its book down, now unreadable due to the 7-inch blade protruding through it, and it removes the knife and places it on the table. Your reputation precedes you. You are quite a radical young lady. Nevertheless, it's a shame. I wanted to see how that novel ended up. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Esmeld, it says, offering a simple introduction. Please, I do hate to keep my guests standing at bay. Come sit and we shall converse over tea. I don't like that voice, it's making me cough. My first thought is that it's poison. Despite my concerns, Magil sits down. I trust Magil. I trust Magil more than anybody at this point. Dude's like the expert here. Trusting Magil, I sit down next to him. Surely he's got something up his sleeve. Looking at Kid, she truly doesn't want anything to do with this. She remains standing, keeping a vigilant eye on Esmeld. Black tea is set for 3 at the table. Ah, there we are. Oh wait, that was Magil. After a moment, Magil takes the teacup and brings it slowly to his mouth. He takes a sip and then sets the cup back on the table. Esmeld smiles. Ah, Himalayan chimpanzee. I've not had this blend in quite some time, Magil says. I see you are a gentleman of fine taste. You are a man of culture as well. I will have you know, not many of my visitors have known of this type of black tea. Listening to their banter, I stare at my cup. Could it really be poison? Picking up the teacup, I bring it closer to my mouth. It doesn't smell so bad. Delicious, I exclaim. I've never had anything like this before. I loosen up a bit, sitting back in my chair. Wait a sec, what's going on? My wounds, they're being healed. Thank you! Yes! Thank you for the Himalayan chimpanzee. Looking over toward Kid, she seems to be enjoying it as well. So, let's get down to business. Suddenly the key to the catacombs has... Oh, wait. Oh yeah, it has to be around here somewhere. Whether I remember it where it is, however, that's a different story. Is there something you'd like in exchange? Something I want. Your life, perhaps, he says as his eyes grab my knife. Oh, you must understand, my young man. I do not wish to harm you, Esmeld says, noticing the sudden look of shock on my face. Oh, he wants her life story. I enjoy chatting with many types of visitors that we have in the mansion. Surely as an adventurer, you must have plenty of interesting stories to tell. Adding to this, he looks in my direction with a smile. I look highly on unique stories and have been known to reward such storytellers. Staring down at the dark liquid before me, I start to rack my brain for a really good story. Okay, I've got it. On one particular evening, a small girl walked through a dark, dreary forest. For the golden sunflower, the only cure for her mother's illness. Across a large beetle? Sure, let's find out what the beetle is about. Taking it back to her home, the girl painted the beetle from head to toe with a shiny golden paint. A fine beginning, perhaps. Is that all? No. One evening, while a girl was walking through the forest, she came across a beetle. She took it home, painting it with a shiny gold paint. The next morning, the girl went to town to sell the beetle. Claiming it was a good luck beetle, she showed it to many travelers and eventually sold it for an outrageous sum of money. Yeah, Sarge, and I'll bet the girl's name was Kid, wasn't it? From beside me, chills... Oh, no, that was Kid talking. Yeah, Sarge, and I'll bet the girl's name was Kid, wasn't it? From beside me, chills run down my spine as I hear Kid question me in her coldest tone. I made it up, Kid, I whisper to her. Maybe she really did do something like that in the past. Glancing at her, I see her eyes start to cloud over. Then suddenly she starts choking me? Oh no! Wrapping her hands around my neck. How did you know about all this? Kid yells, strangling me. From behind me, I see Esmeld pull out one of his tea bags. Noticing it, he suddenly forgets all about me. Her eyes lighting up at the sight of the tea. Perhaps some of my precious black tea leaves can be used to prevent against ruckus in here. Kid immediately snatches the tea bag. It was a fairly entertaining story. I am a goblin of my word, and as such I shall give you the key, he says. Knocking on a certain spot at a nearby wall, a secret compartment opens, and where he takes the key. He hands it to us with a smile on his face. Thanking him, we leave the room. That was easy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I start to hear a clattering noise. No! Goblins! No! We gotta grab the knife, man. Instantly getting a taste of the situation, I grab my knife and fix my stance, exchanging glances with Kid. She seems to be ready. Yep. Let's go. Oh no, it's not a... it's a goblin. 5 goblins. That's worse. Alright, so what we're gonna do... We're probably gonna want to jump back. Yeah. Slash at its hand. Because that's gonna... And this time I'm just gonna go straight for a blow. Aim for the heart, yeah. The knife's edge disappears in the goblin's chest. The goblin looks down, but then looks back up toward me a moment later, infuriated, picks me up with both hands, sending me flying through the air. I guess the goblin was a little tougher than I expected. I crashed it into a wall, but tried instantly to pick myself up, my adrenaline acting on reflex due to the weight of my situation. Blooding is rushing out of the goblin's gaping wound. It's in a lot of pain, but these things just never seem to die. Fear starts to run through my body as the hideous bleeding thing starts to take a step towards me. I've got no weapon left, and I'm no match for this thing toe-to-toe. But then it stumbles, and then again. Its whole body starts to tremble before falling to the floor moments later. There we go. Looking around at the victory before me, I let out a sigh of relief. So you got one, eh, mate? That showed him. I want to say something back, but I'm so tired I just stand there ready for anything. Kneeling down, I rest for a minute to tend to my wounds. Hey, no whining, you're not that bad, mate. I've seen worse hangovers than how you two look right now. I wish I had her determination. After I finish applying my bandages, I get up, hoping I'll be okay. I can't start to give up now, but boy, these cuts are really starting to hurt. Didn't we just get healed? Damn it, Sarge. Yeah, we know. Okay, I'm gonna save again. Because, you know. Come up on an upward staircase to the right. No, we're gonna go straight to the other side first. The passage ends in a small door. I smell home cooking. Oh, food, perhaps? Or something. That is certainly... looks more like a bathroom than a kitchen. But I get, yeah, old, you know. It's just a small kitchen. For the servants, probably, I add. I look around the tiny room. There's a sink, pots and pans, and a bunch of food in the cupboards. A rat hangs in a cage off in the corner, but aside from that, it's a pretty average kitchen. Kid walks over to a deep saucepan and peers inside. Smells fresh. Want some grub, Sarge? No way it could be poisoned. In a place like this, are you kidding? Rats like that one over there are probably the main ingredient. Ignoring me, Kid smacks her lips, taking a scoop of the stuff. You haven't any, Magill? No, thank you. Alright, well, I don't see why. It's great. But then all of a sudden a quiet, shrill voice echoes out. It seems to be coming from over by the cage.
Ah, what's an independent young lad? Are all the boys wearing braids these days?
I stop and look at Kid. Who's there? Looking over in the direction of the voice, we see nothing but the single rat. It stares at us with its small, beady eyes. It's, oh god. Guy from Harry Potter. What was his name? I can't remember his name. The guy from Harry Potter. You know what I'm talking about.
Ah, excuse me, you're a girl, not a boy.
It looks like Kid can't decide whether to be puzzled or infuriated by all this. But just between you and me, I don't think this is the first time her personality has led to someone to think she's a guy. At any rate, the brown rat continues.
Listen, please, kind humans, I am trapped within a most unfortunate situation. While on my way to the kitchen this morning to bring home some food for my mother, goblins seized me and trapped me here in this cage. Unless I can escape, I am to be a side dish for the next meal.
Still a bit agitated by its last remark, Kid stares at the rat suspiciously.
Please, you must help me. My desperately ill mother awaits my return, the rat pleads, its eyes twinkling in the light.
I don't know if I trust you. Kid shrugs her shoulders, letting out a sigh. Aw, don't cry. Here, we'll let you go. Never mind. I didn't even get the choice.
Heh.
The rat laughs as a strange smile comes over its face.
You really are a bunch of fools.
Spitting out those words, the rat suddenly starts to tremble before rapidly growing in size, growing larger and larger by the second. Giant rat? It's a griffin!
Stupid humans, you're just in time for lunch. My mother's, that is.
Damn these monsters. The griffin rises up on its hind legs, screeching and flapping its huge wings. Suddenly, its sharp talons swoop down. Hit the deck. 3-inch claws, yep. Corner in the back of the room. Oh, yes! Sweet. We'll take it. So, you ugly little rat, now who's stupid? Wait.
Please, I beg you, kind, beautiful human girl. I am aware of valued information. If you promise to spare my life, I'll tell you of a special secret of the mansion.
I don't know. You lied already, you bugger. I'd rather just kill you and have it be over with, Kid says, taking a step closer. Kid, let us hear what he has to say, Magill says, coming between them. Kid pauses for a second and then steps back.
Thank you.
That would have been fun, says Kid, shrugging.
One day you too may find yourselves within my situation, caged in on all sides. If such a fate comes to pass, remember these directions and your lives shall be spared.
Right 3 steps. Okay, right 3, left 2, right 2. Got it. Right 3, left 2, right 2. And then you'll see. No sooner than it says this, the griffin transforms into a rat, scurrying off into a crack in the wall. Right 3, left 2, right 2. Okay, that's easy to remember. I sure hope sparing that thing was worth it. Who knows when it'll sneak up on us next. Alright, so we need to go up the stairs and we're going to go to the catacombs. Alright, catacombs time. After a bit of walking, we come to an old-looking door with a brass handle. Okay, the goblin's key should open this door, Kid says, putting the key into the lock. With a click, the door unlocks. The door opens with a deep creak. Damp air creeps up from below. Peering into the dark, decrepit place, I wonder how I ever got talked into coming to a place like this. Ooh. We find ourselves in a long hallway, flanked on both sides by rows of countless jail cells. The cold iron bars stretch on in front of us endlessly. 1, 2... Oh, Gorba Merkid Zorander, forgive me. A quiet, sobbing voice seems to be coming from the third cell on the right. I peer around the corner into the cell. In this dim, damp space, an old man sits in solitude, quietly mumbling to himself. Hey, mister. Everyone, and it was all because of me. Every last one of the dragoons. Miss Riddle, even the general. Miss Riddle? Please, forgive me. Riddle was the adopted daughter, right? Ignoring us, the old man continues to mutter, staring at the floor as he rocks back and forth. Hey, can you hear me? Kid says, shaking the bars a little. He will not hear a thing. He has constructed a wall around himself, Magill says. What do you mean? I asked Magill. A wall, used for shielding one's mind from reality. After being exposed to horrific events, tremendous amounts of pain and guilt has this effect on a person. He has made a safe world inside his own mind, where he retreats into. From there, he refuses to acknowledge anything he does not want to admit. I notice that talking about this has given Magill a sort of sad, lost look in his face. Noticing my glance, he quickly turns away from me. Strange. Magill somehow reminded me of Kid just then. When Magill turns back, his usual blank expression has returned. So he's got a secret. Does this make sense to you, Serge? Magill says. Yeah. Magill continues looking at Kid and me. We rarely see the walls we're trapped within. However, given time, some can come to understand and possibly even break free of these shortcomings. I wait for Magill to finish, but he doesn't end up saying anything. I ask, but oh well. The mind revealing itself to itself. We can't help this old geezer. Let's get back to work, Kid says, already heading for the door. Wait, Kid, Magill calls out. Somehow or another, we may yet find a way into this man's mind. What good'll that do? Didn't you hear what he was talking about? The dragoons, Riddle, General Viper? Oh, he's probably just into old folklore or something, Kid says, returning to the door. I have a feeling his knowledge will prove to be useful. Certainly has heard something of importance concerning our situation, Magill says. Well, I guess we ought to help the old bloke out with his troubles while we're here. What do you say we do? Kid asks. Somehow we have to put an end to this. Huh? Kid says, looking up. You got a problem with me? No, that's not what I meant. But before I can explain, Kid's fist suddenly flies into my face. Narrowly avoiding the blow, I look up to see Magill starting to speak again. We must find a way to reach beyond his wall. For every locked door there exists a key, so to speak. We will never make any progress with this man until we know what lies in his past. What are you talking about, a key? Kid asks. I do not know either, Magill answers. However, there is at least one person in Viper Manor who does. Riddle. Indeed. Leaving the endless rows of cells behind, we head back to the passageway. Heading away from the catacombs, we eventually come to a split. Turning right heads back to the atrium, while proceeding straight through will take us down to a downward staircase. Okay, so we gotta find Riddle next, and we gotta go down to her room. Or up to her room, I guess. Okay, we're back in the atrium. Continue through. Passageway. No! Not a griffin. Okay, bad. Hit the deck. Attack. Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's fine. Yes, thank you. Uh-oh. Jump out of the way. Attack. Yeah. There we go. Suddenly it stops. Yes, there we go. We're just leaving a trail of bodies in this mansion. Ooh, okay. Yay, that's not good. Wait a sec, what's that? I've been down to... Oh, wait. Yay! It's a potion. Yes. Let's just save again. Continue through the passageway. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Crap. Go back. Enter the room. That's what we want to do. Is someone there? I instantly hide behind the door trying to figure out where that voice came from. It sounded like a girl, but it wasn't Kid. It's Lynx's adopted daughter, Riddle. It has to be her. Odd. I could have sworn I heard someone come in, she says. Apparently she hasn't seen us yet. What will we do? I keep myself hidden behind the door. Suddenly Kid bolts out from behind a chair. She silently comes up. Oh, look, people. Comes up behind Riddle, putting a knife to her throat. We've come for the frozen flame. Where is it? Kid yells in a low, strict voice. Kid, there's no need to be like that, I say, trying to calm her down. Quiet, Sarge. Riddle giggles at the two of us. What's so funny? Kid says in a tight tone. Oh, come on, you can't be thieves. You're fart. You see. You people are terrible. You can't be thieves. I wouldn't be saying such things if I was you. Well, then go ahead and cut me. I picture in my head Riddle collapsing with a blue face smeared in blood. Kid, look at her. She's not going to hurt us. Damn it. All right. Still, don't think I'm not keeping an eye on ya. The feeling is mutual, Riddle says. Don't worry, we're not your enemies. We're not after your power, I say to Riddle, trying to keep it cool. We've just come to talk if there's anything you could tell us about the frozen flame or perhaps the Acacia Dragoons. Hearing these words, a somber look comes over Riddle's face. After a moment, she begins to speak. The frozen flame. It was kept in a kingdom to the north for centuries, legend has it. With its subtle, mysterious power, it allegedly could guide people and change history. all while somehow remaining elusive to those who sought it, or so I have heard. At the time of that kingdom's downfall, it was seized from its resting place, passed from hand to hand. Finally, it came into the possession of my father, General Viper. Lynx approached my father as a friend, years ago. Blindly trusting him, my father was taken advantage of by Lynx, unable to realize his true intentions. And so, on that fateful day, struck down by his alleged friend, my father was robbed and left for dead. Averting her eyes, Riddle buries her face in her hands. I see. I didn't know Lynx was behind all this at the time, and at the time he took me into custody. I was just a child. That cursed rock, I didn't know anything about it, and I don't want to. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I want nothing more than to see all this come to an end, she says with tears in her eyes. I'm taken aback hearing these words. Suddenly, Maggle comes forward to speak. Do you know of the old man who currently is locked away in the catacombs? That traitor! Because of him, my father, my dear Zorander. Please, miss. Turning her back on us, Riddle pauses. After a moment, she turns around, letting out a deep sigh. Yes, I know of the man of whom you speak. He is an Acacia Dragoon, is he not? Maggle asks. He was, before he spent countless days and nights locked up in the torture chamber, losing his mind as well as his identity in the process. I remember the day they removed him from that dreadful room, beaten within an inch of his life. The torture chamber you speak of, it is the room upstairs with the trapped ceiling, correct? Riddle nods silently. Perhaps we may find a clue to his past there, says Magill. I'd hoped it wouldn't come to this. If you must search that room, be sure you have the Einlanzer with you before you do. What? Kid asks. It is a holy white sword created long ago by ancient sages along with its demonic brother, the Masamune. Oh. Hello. A counterpart. Okay, we're tying into Chrono Trigger again. Interesting that Masamune is the demonic one. It was the Acacia Dragoon's most prized weapon. It once glided through the air in Zorander's hand, shimmering like a star. Now, however, the Dragoons are all but extinct, and the sword has been stored somewhere in this mansion, as though it was some sort of trivial memento. It is much more than a common sword, though. Shielded by its magical enchantment, its bearer will be protected against many forms of evil. Thinking of those memories of days long ago, again, Riddle hangs her head in sadness. I wish I could be more of a help to you. I apologize. Nah, that was plenty, Kid says, heading out of the room. But I wish I was more powerful like you people, Riddle says, biting her lip. Stopping in the doorway, Kid looks over her shoulder. Strength didn't get us here. Power comes from believing in yourself. I see. I wish you luck. As she heads out of the room, Kid mutters, hope it ain't bad luck. Okay, so we have to find the sword. I remember seeing a sword. I think they mentioned a white sword somewhere, right? From here, the passageway stretches to the right and left. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll go to Lynx's quarters real quick. Lynx! What? Lynx is here. Rush in the room behind Kid. What? Where is he? Beside me, Kid says. Oh. Okay. A high alto voice. Oh, yes. Master Surge, is there something I can do for you? The statue asks in a pleasant voice, or perhaps you'd be interested in this lovely gift I have for you. Gift? Only a modest token of appreciation for you and your comrades. I present you with a personal invitation into the realm of the Looking Glass if you are interested. You're giving me an interesting proposition here. Suddenly there's a slight pull. I try to retract my arm, but the harder I pull, the further I seem to be drawn in. Master Surge, take your hand out quickly. What? Just then, a crack streaks across the mirror. What's going on? Amidst my struggling, I see a crack start to streak down the mirror's glass. Save yourself, Master Sarge, please, before I am forced to consume you. What? Kid starts pulling with me. Despite the increasing force drawing me in, I am now up to my shoulder in this thing. On the count of 3, I yell. 1, 2, 3. We tumble backward, falling onto the couch. I look at my arm in a daze. It's fine. Shaking myself off, I return to the mirror, now even more cracked since I last saw it. Lynx plan to seal you all in the mirror, the statue says, sobbing. Each time it speaks, another crack seems to be running into it. This isn't all. I had alerted Lord Lynx of your presence long before you had known of me. Why? Lynx has already taken away everything I have. He refused to allow me to leave Viper Manor, coercing me to be the mansion's eyes and ears, promising he would someday set me free. Hanging her head low, the Venus statue speaks in a quiet, solemn voice. However, it was simply another one of Lord Lynx's schemes. No freedom is worth stealing another's for. I would rather destroy myself than become another murderer. As yet another crack appears, a large piece of the mirror breaks off, falling to the ground. No, don't, I yell, grasping the mirror. A huge crack streaks across the entire mirror, preventing me from seeing almost any of the statue. The statue's lips can be seen moving faintly from beyond the now heavily cracked mirror, but no words can be heard. I silently bend down and gather up all the shards, putting them on the desk. I look into the kaleidoscope of reflections. Sarge? From behind me I hear Kid's voice. Let's go, mate. As I leave the room, I quietly look over my shoulder, looking at the smashed mirror. I stop for a second, hoping to hear a voice, but all I hear is silence. I wonder if I could have... Because I've been wondering about that, if there was maybe another mirror. I don't know, because we haven't found one yet. Interesting. Alright, we'll keep on walking. Stone archway. We need to go, the stairs, I think, yeah. Toward the study. I don't think we need to go toward the study. We'll check the ballroom real quick. Because I don't remember... No one's here still. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. Yay. Attack it. I don't know if I'm just gonna maybe fast forward through these a bit. These, like, random encounters. Yeah, because, like, we've already read all of this. Okay, so we need to find that sword. I think... Toward the terrace. Continue through the passageway. I think, was it in here? Because they were using this as storage. There's no sign of the hooded lady anywhere. We rush toward the sword. There we go! It wasn't here. We rush over toward the sword, looking down at it. Magiel starts to speak. This may be what we're looking for by the looks of it. This sword could be the fabled Holy Einlanzer, or perhaps the demonic Masamune. Wow, Magiel, you know about the Masamune? Did you ever know its owner? Which one? Yes. Was he your mate? So he was one of your enemies then? No. Well, hey Sarge, take this thing. He knows... He knows the Masamune, and he knows the owner of the Masamune. Which was Cyrus and Glenn. I'm not saying anything yet. I'm not going to say it just yet. But I'm thinking it. Come on, you don't expect a fair maiden like me to carry this bulky thing all over the place? Fair maiden without a... okay, yeah. I should have saw that coming. I tumble to the ground in a daze. What are you doing? Kid snorts, turning the other way. I look over to Megal for sympathy, but he offers none as usual. I mean, it was our fault. Hurry up and take it, Saj. It'll be morning soon, you dummy. I struggle to my feet, reluctantly picking up the sword. Geez, this thing is heavy. Okay, let's get our asses into that bloody torture chamber. I can almost smell the frozen flame from here. I struggle to drag the heavy sword out of the room, still dizzy from the blow. I'm going a lot longer on this video than I normally do. And I think I'm gonna... I think we're getting close, though. We're like... It's feeling like we're getting close to the end. So I'm actually gonna... I might see if we can actually finish it in this video. Because we're looking like we're getting close to the end. Proceed up the stairs. And I'm just gonna save again, because why not? I look up, remembering the deadly ceiling. I'm definitely not going to repeat the mistake of overstaying my welcome here, especially after hearing what Riddle had to say, yeah. Somewhere inside this room, there has to be something that will bring that old man back, but what? Just as I thought, Megal says dryly, examining the cracks in the floor. Kid and I walk over, kneeling down where he's at. Between the cracks of the... cracks... I think there's a bit of a typo there. Between the cracks between the floor's stone, there's a thick, smelly, butter-like substance that's been jammed into it among the stains of blood. Without warning, the door slams shut. It started again. Yep. What will we do? Something with our sword that we've got now. We have to use the sword somehow, Kid yells, her voice almost inaudible thanks to the ceiling's deafening screeching. But how? Oh my god, what? No, I don't want to... Yeah, just smash the ceiling, I guess. Shatters from the huge sword's impact. A number of rusty blades are now in a free fall headed straight for us. That was not the smartest. I try to protect myself, but the dozens of tiny razor-sharp blades painfully turn me. Yeah, that was not our smartest moment. Better than stabbing Kid, though. That's... Okay, game over. And so I died. Good job. We did a good job on that one. Alright. Let's try this again. Okay. I'm gonna stab Kid just once. I have to do it. Since we have that save point. And start thinking of all the painful resentment she's ever caused, I raise the heavy sword over my head and start toward Kid. She and Megal exchange glances and suddenly flank me from both sides. I hit the wall in pain. Yeah. You okay, mate? Kid asks, slapping me back into consciousness. Apparently you took in some noxious gas just now. You were starting to behave rather oddly, Megal says. Yeah, okay. So we gotta do the floor. Okay, it's just the same. We have the opportunity to just... Oh, wait. With as much power as I can muster, I lift the heavy sword up and plunge it into the crack in the center of the floor. A huge jolt runs through the room. Bolts of light scatter in all four directions from the sword, running along the floor, then up the walls. Reaching the ceiling, the deadly contraption groans and then comes to a halt. Exhausted and relieved, I collapse onto the floor. After a minute, I catch my breath and open my eyes. Strange. now that I take another look at the inscription we found earlier, there's a certain stone just beside it that doesn't seem to have any cement around it. Oh? Kid tugs on it and finds that it's loose. Removing the heavy stone, a dim glistening light can be seen from far within the hole. Kid reaches in and carefully removes the shimmering object. A beautifully decorated gold ring sits in the palm of her hand. It's adorned with a slender set of leaves, like those of a fern decorated with 5 small rubies around it. The Acacian coat of arms, Magill says. Kid tries the ring on, but strangely enough, it doesn't seem to fit on any of her fingers. This ring must mean something to the old man. We could use it to break through his wall, couldn't we? I excitedly ask Magill, already knowing the answer. He nods in silence. Yeah, this has to be it. Abandoning the Einlanzer, we now proudly stand upright like a beacon of light amidst this dismal room. We hurry out of the torture chamber, hopefully never to return again. With Kid leading the way, we descend the stairs. Yep. Let's go down. But let's just save real quick first. And then no wait, we don't need to go onto the terrace. We need to go this way. Take the stairs. Archway on the left that we can now actually go through toward the catacombs. No, I didn't want to turn back. Turn around. Go in, because we can give him the ring now. We return to the old man. Magill walks up to the cell and grasps the iron bars. He positions his feet and starts to pull away at the bars with incredible intensity. After a moment, the bars start to bend like taffy. Magill enters first through the newly created opening. Kid follows, kneeling down before the mumbling old man. Putting her hands on the old man's shoulders, Kid tries to look into his eyes. But he continues to stare at the floor. Frustrated, he starts to shout at him. She starts to shout at him, shaking him vigorously. Come on, old fella, get up. The old man's head shakes back and forth like a rag doll's, but his eyes remain averted. Ask Magill if what she's doing is right. Do not worry, Magill says. This may also prove to be helpful. But is it right to force him out of his wall for our own sake? The fate of the Acacia Dragoons has been woven into our own, Magill answers simply. And with that, just as Magill says the word Acacia, a glimmer streaks across the old man's eyes. He looks up quickly, apparently waiting for something. Oh man, he's been hearing us talk the entire time. Quick, Kid, show him the ring. I did Kid's voice for that. Kid takes the ring from her pocket and shows it to the man. The ring, he says in a voice so quiet it's barely audible. However, his eyes quickly return to their murky state. Finally, my allies, you have returned. Because of me, the frozen flame was seized, and I have desecrated the name of the Acacia Dragoons. I am the only one left, but you have returned. Murkid, Zorander, now that we are once again reunited, let us all head back to Stike Lake. Geez, listen, mister, the frozen flame, where is it? Any small hint will help, come on. Frozen flame? The old man asks, a warm smile streaks across his face. My dear Miss Riddle, I have not seen you in quite some time. Surely you have not forgotten the secret entranceway? Yeah, you think you could tell me more about it again, Gramps? Kid asks, trying to sound as ladylike as possible. In the ballroom. Third candlestick on the left. Third candlestick on the left, I will remember that. Kid hugs the old man, ecstatic, and so he resumes his mumbling in that distant, shuddering voice. Please forgive me for your father. I beg you, Riddle. The Dragoons. It's high time for you to bust on out of here, old man, Kid says, pointing to the bent iron bars. However, he once again refuses to look up. Come on, we've done all we can do here. He's got to walk through these bars himself. Thanks, old-timer. Suddenly, Kid comes to a stop. Something ain't right. Uh-oh. Wait. Part of the wall moved. One of the square tiles is moving right in front of my eyes. It's armor. Hey, over there, Mr. Goblin! Kid shouts. Come on, kid. It looks awfully big. And it's a goblin. The massive goblin squares off with us, coming into full view. Uh-oh. It's got friends. 4 in all. Okay. Readying my knife, I set my sight on the goblins before me. They certainly got us in a pinch. They've already blocked off all the escape routes in this tight corridor. We'll have to fight our way out of this one. Maggle begins to confront the rear pack while Kid rushes the front two, knife in hand. I rush out with her, hurling myself into action. One of the goblins whips its morning star out, swinging its spiked iron ball down at me. Alright, close attack, yep. Glimmer of light fly. Oh, yes, yep. I don't think do we have any decisions here? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee are the words she lives by. Do what Kid would do. If Kid can do it, so can I, maybe. Maybe. Yep, alright, there we go. I hurl the knife as hard as I can. Yes! Scream in agony, yes. Wow, Mike, did you do that? Kid's praise rings through me, filling me with a rush of power. Now quit standing around, we're fighting here. Damn it, I was just... Get over here and fight, mate. She's right. I leap back into the frenzy just as the goblin painfully pulls the knife out of its eye and tosses it aside. In a desperate attempt to get my weapon back, I make a dive for the knife over in the far corner, but now the goblins all but cornered me off. Alright. That one, I guess. Leaping out of the way at the last possible second, I avoid the goblin's charge. Once it's past me, I throw a kick into its midsection. However, it hardly stuns the adrenalized warmonger. I should have saw that coming. I barely have time to retract my leg before it has time to grab me and pull me in. It's still coming at me, fist flying full of rage. Duck. I see its arms swing out. It almost definitely could have given me a death blow. My knife. It's here on the ground. Yes! Then fixing my grip, ram it deep into the goblin's belly. The goblin's legs start to give way as it lets out a painful moan. It falls backward, clenching its belly before hitting the floor with a ground-shaking thud. Good. So now we gotta go into the ballroom with the... Uh-oh. No, you gotta come through, man. Please. Toward the staircase. Take the stairs. Oh, I went down the wrong staircase. Toward the atrium is where we need to go. And then... head down the passageway. Oh, wait. Head back to the staircase. We went the wrong way. Stairs, I think? Here we go, I think. Yes. Ballroom! I think this is like the one room we haven't really used yet. Something's wrong. Uh-oh. Attack it! Skims my cheek. Uh-oh. Oops. Whoopsie-daisy. How far back did we save? Oh, we didn't do the old man yet. Oh. Wait. Alright, I'm gonna get us back where we were. Oh wait, I just kicked it in the balls. I did, yeah. I just kicked the goblin in the balls. Okay, I'm back. And we're getting ready to go toward the ballroom now. But we're gonna have to fight this thing again. Should be fine. Do what kid would do. Oh crap. That's fine actually, yeah. Oh. Not good. That went well. I don't know, we might just not have very much HP or something, I don't know. Head toward the ballroom again. Oh wait, we can actually just go in this time. Oh, that's okay, that'll work, I guess. It'll just let us go in. Third from the left. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. As Kid slowly pushes against the candlestick, it starts to move slowly. What's going on? I stammer, trying to brace myself. This entire room is slowly sinking into the ground, Maggle says. The ballroom is sinking? All of it? Suddenly, the room starts to fall much faster. Chills run down my spine as I look around, seeing the paintings smacking against the walls and the candles dropping to the floor. As I start to get used to the sinking sensation, my heart fills with a violent mixture of anxiety, expectation, and hope. What awaits us at the bottom? The frozen flame. Could it really be down there? Is this our adventure's end? What if we actually take it into our hands? Kid, Maggle, I wonder what they're feeling right now. As the room continues to sink underground like an elevator to hell, I start to hear Kid speak in a soft, meek voice. Sometimes I do struggle to win. Even when I know I've already lost, just like that lady said. Why do I do that? Looking over at her, I realize this isn't the Kid I usually see. There, a faint, shy smile can be seen across her face. Suddenly, I feel something so powerful go through me, it feels like a wave of fire surging through my heart. Why bring us here, Kid? Is it fate? Fate? Life? I don't even know anymore. But with Lynx, nothing's set in stone. But sometimes it feels like there's something inside me, guiding me no matter what I do. It won't matter because I know it'll be showing me what to do next. But what am I saying? Crazy talk, Kid says, smiling faintly. I don't know what to feel hearing this. Kid's always put on a strong face no matter what, seemingly embracing terror when it comes. But right now I can't help but feel the weight of the situation bearing down on us. If you take these matters with a grain of salt, like Kid seems to, it's easy to live a day-to-day life, like she does. As I look her in her face, that strange expression of hers relieves me. I'm sorry. All this talk, it ain't me, Kid says, scrunching her nose. Instantly returning to her serious gaze, she says, But thanks, Saj, Magil. Thanks for coming here. Because of this, maybe down the road, I'll have another chance. What? Nothing. Forget it. Kid says as she closes her eyes, smiling. As usual, she sends me into deep thought. While only barely visible, Magil stands silently amidst the shadows, effortlessly balanced with closed eyes. As I look around at my companions, I wonder what awaits us. We share a calm silence in our hearts as we continue to descend far below ground. Suddenly, a metallic grinding sound can be heard from all around us. The room comes to a stop, swaying a bit. Guess this is a stop, Kid says with a hollow laugh. I stand motionless, staring at Kid and Maggle in the dim, flickering luminescence. Suddenly, the organ comes to life. Looking back towards the monstrous thing, no one is even near it. Nevertheless, it continues to play its strange, twisted tune, the keys and pedals moving wildly on their own. Sounds like a funeral march. Hey, just kidding. Bad joke, Kid. Alright, let's do this, Kid says, taking a deep breath as she heads for the door. I glance at Magill, nodding my head as we follow her out. It's a funeral march, alright? Lynx's, that is. We start down the long, dark path in front of us. The air down here carries a thick stench of death. Somewhere further down this passageway, Lynx's subterranean hideout awaits. Kid's got a strange look on her face. I can't imagine what must be going through her head right now. Magill, on the other hand, I can never read him. But still, we usually talk a little, lightening things up, but right now, nobody's making a sound. I try to offer some conversation, hoping to avoid the increasing tension. Why are we after the frozen flame? My question is met with nothing but a cold gaze from Kid. There's no response from her. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't heard Kid talk about much about anything in her past, ever. But then, just as I think I'm not going to be answered, she starts to speak. I made a promise to my big sis to get the frozen flame and bury it for her. Bury it for her where? At her old friend's grave. Kid looks down at her feet, continuing. I was still little at the time, so I can't remember much of it. But there was this friend of hers who she'd grown up with, who died a while back. She said she wanted him to be able to rest with the frozen flame. I don't know what she meant by that, but after what happened at the temple, I vowed to get my revenge and honor what she said. I stay silent, not knowing what kind of reply to offer. I should have talked more about it before I got you involved in everything, I guess, she says after a while. It's bad, Sarge. With nothing but the sound of our footsteps echoing around us, we continue on deeper and deeper into the passageway. Suddenly, Magill comes to a stop. Do not move. Huh? Kid and I look around suspiciously. Around us, bones are scattered in all directions. Many of them have been cut cleanly in half. Looking around more, amidst the dim light, I start to see that walls have been splattered with blood. Then suddenly, a trace of light catches my eye from behind. There's a bolt of electricity approaching us, sparkling like a lit fuse on the ground. Coming within a few feet of us, the spark splits off into two, forming a circle around us. Once the circle is complete, an odd glow starts to shine at our feet. Then, from where the sparks had traced, light shoots upward, forming a wall of light all around us. It's a devil circle. We try to move, but we find ourselves caught within the rays of light. With the scalding, noisy winds whirling all around us, all I see are rays of shimmering light in every direction I look. What do I do? I can't see anything in all this light. Magill grabs me by the shoulder and returns me to the center of the circle. Thankfully, he seems to be able to see just fine. His mask is probably shielding his eyes from the radiance. There is always a way out of a devil circle. We must find the gaps to walk through. Oh, this is where we gotta go right and left. If you say so. Suddenly, Kid's elbow grazes one of the walls. Sparks scatter in all directions. She instantly snaps her arm back, wincing in pain. Unable to see any gaps whatsoever, I hesitantly start to make my way towards the blinding wall of light. Three steps to the right. A small gap can be seen all of a sudden. Holding my breath, I leap into it with my arms shielding my face. Then we gotta go 2 steps left and 2 steps right. However, I open my eyes to see even more of the glimmering walls swirling before us. Two steps left. We've got to go to the left a little. Alright, we made it through. However, I open my eyes only to see even more of these glimmering walls swirling before us, and then we gotta go 2 steps to the right. 2 steps to the right. And that should get us out. I think we might be... We're at the end now, aren't we, I think? I scurry away from the blood-curdling thing as fast as I can. Looking back, I see it vanish in a puff of smoke just as quickly as it arrived. The wind instantly dies down as well, and all the dust and grime that was blowing around falls back to the floor in a flash. Everything has returned to a quiet stillness. Too quiet. And so, heading down the hallway further and further, eventually... A door. A door. I can't save. Uh-oh. At last. Kid steps toward the mighty set of doors, letting out a sigh of relief. Beyond this door, the frozen flame. From behind his mask, Magil's eyes set loose a cool radiance. Okay, let's go, Kid says eagerly, grasping the handle. Whoa. There it is. This cavern sprawls out to great lengths before our eyes, a forgotten world hidden deep below ground. And with a scarlet radiance, a single small gem shimmers in the darkness. The frozen flame. So what does the frozen flame do? Oh, I guess they talked about it like guiding people. Finally, we're here. The jewel shimmers warmly, almost as if it's responding to Kid's voice. Taking a few steps into the moist cavern, Magil whispers, "Remarkable. Intact ruins of the lost magical kingdom." Oh! Okay. Just as I start to ask Magil what he means, a taunting laugh can be heard from high above us. Lynx. Kid immediately pulls her knife out and hurls it through the air with all her might. As it approaches Lynx, he easily swats it out of the way, almost too quickly for me to see. Always the same. Such a savage little girl. Can't you give a gentleman an honest greeting? You bastard, Kid interrupts. And what have we here? The notorious Shadow Walker. I wouldn't be trying anything like last time if I were you. Beside me, I see Magil come to a stop. There he is. Lord Lynx, Viper Manor's deadly owner. The very same man who murdered Kid's sister, deceived Riddle's father, and eradicated the Acacia Dragoons. Welcome back, Kid. I see you have successfully taken the bait, gluttonous as ever. What? Kid says hesitantly, taking a step back. Lynx stares down at her with her, excuse me. Lynx stares down at her with those frighteningly piercing eyes of his. You see, Kid, I brought you here because of the rock you care. She has the frozen flame, and that's what she was talking about. Which rock? Surely you remember the one you received from your sister all those years ago. The priceless keepsake you carry with you dearly even now. The Chrono Trigger! Hold on a sec. Wait, what? The Chrono Trigger. So that's the thing that we used at the end, we used it to save Chrono, right? We, like, swapped him with the double. How'd you know about that? Kid's gaze returns to a scowl. No matter, we're here for the frozen flame. You're finished, you bastard. I was expecting it to be like the frozen flame. Nope. Okay. So it's that... Who did she get it from? Wait a minute, so wait. Who's her sister then? Ah yes, toss your little threats around, but remember, I don't know, man. Okay, there's some stuff going on. No matter how many times you think you have won, I have generously demonstrated how gravely you are mistaken. And with that, Lynx unsheathes a beautiful golden saber. Previously, I've overlooked doing away with you, letting you scurry on your little pathetic little life. However, this time, I may not be so generous. Kid takes another step back, glaring at Lynx as he approaches. Lynx, you murderer, I'll never forget you for... Okay, two things. A lot of things are going through my head right now. First of all, Luca is her sister. And I guess that's how she got the Chrono Trigger. And I actually just had a memory. I played the PS1 version of Chrono Trigger when I first played it. Okay? And in it, once you beat the game and you get like the ending, it shows some of the characters. And it shows Luca with like a little robot. And then she finds like a baby under a tree. And I always thought that was odd. I always thought that was like... I always wondered what that was supposed to be. If that was supposed to be like Chrono's kid or something. And maybe she just found it. I didn't know because I was like, okay, that was weird. Because it just like came out of nowhere. Kid is the baby at the end of the PS1 Chrono Trigger. Which would have come out after this. Okay. So also Luca's dead then. And so Kid leaps into the... And that... Okay, I had another... I think Magil might be Magus. I thought that earlier when he talked about the Masamune. But now I'm definitely thinking it. And so Kid leaps into the air in a fit of rage, aiming a kick between Lynx's eyes. However, just as she reaches him, he swiftly dodges. Kid stands there wondering how she could have missed. Beside her, Lynx laughs, taunting her. Jumping up once again, Kid lets loose a fierce kick. Skimming the tip of his nose, her kick cuts through nothing but air. In a parry attack, Lynx sends a razor-sharp golden saber through the air. The Kid's already leapt back. The two face each other are only a few feet apart. If only you'd been a bit faster, Kid, Lynx says, smiling. All of a sudden, a line of red streaks across Kid's face. Kid! Wiping off the blood, Kid angrily rushes Lynx in a flash through the air. Effortlessly dodging, Lynx drives the sword into her... Oh, no! Kid bends back in alarming pain. Somehow staying on her feet, she stumbles back and readies herself to charge again. Why is Magil not doing something? Stupid little brat. Lynx lands an elbow on onto Kid's shoulder, knocking her clear to the ground. I feel her pain from the pit of my stomach as I start to see blood trickling from her lips. We need to help her! What's wrong, little girl? Once again, Kid tries to lash out at Lynx, but he easily kicks her, sending her back onto a pile of rubble. Lynx then looks upward, focusing his concentration on the ceiling. As I look up, I see a number of rocks have come dislodged from the cavern, tumbling down onto her. Kid! I call out as I start to rush over to her. However, just as soon as I start to, I see Magil's already there. He streaked across the shadows, putting himself between Lynx and Kid. Saying nothing, Lynx shoots a thread of white light out of his fingertips. The thread-like substance entangles Maggle, binding his feet together. He hits the ground with a thud. In a dazzling radiance, a countless number of threads fly out from Lynx's fingertips. They immobilize Maggle completely, leaving only his head visible. How does that feel, Shadow Walker? Have you felt my web start to drain your life energy yet? Lynx says, smiling ominously. Kid, Maggle, what am I going to do? Free Maggle. I hurry over to Maggle. Are you okay? Don't worry about me. Damn it. Behind me, Kid moans in pain. Go, Sarge. You're forgetting what's important. Okay. Protect Kid. Go to Kid. She looks over me with blood trickling from her mouth. She only moves a little. Kid, are you alright? She lies there motionless, wincing painfully. Sarge, it's okay, Kid. I'm here for you. How kind. However, I think you should be more concerned with your own well-being, young man. And I see... Oh, that was him. And I see chill run down to my spine as I hear the evil voice behind me. I stand up and turn around. So you, whoever you are, opposing me is quite useless, as you obviously have seen. And in a flash, Lynx grabs me by the neck. He strangles me with his long, disgusting fingers. Then he starts to lift me up by the neck. Struggling for air, I painfully hang there, unable to tear myself free of his powerful grip. Look, Kid. Look at your pathetic little companion suffering. You can make all this stop if you want. With blood dripping from her lips, Kid opens one of her eyes, painfully gasping and coughing. She lifts her head up to us. She still wants to get up, but she's hurt far too badly. Sarge, hand over the chrono trigger, Kid. Little do you know, but that rock is actually a tiny condensed universe. When combined with the frozen flame, it gains the power to bend space-time, allowing its owner to reshape history. This all could have never happened if you merely wish it. Saying this, Lynx looks toward me, expressionless. And what about you, young man? Perhaps you know where the chrono trigger is? He asks, tightening his grip. I try to speak, but I can't. Lynx's grip is getting tighter and tighter. Was that a crack? Suddenly, I hear a soft voice from far away. Something is calling my name. And we died. And so, I died. I guess I'll approach him this time. That's what I'm gonna have to do, I think. Oh crap, we're gonna have to go through all this. Alright, I'm just gonna go through this, so I'll see you in a second. Okay. I think we're right about here. So we gotta stand up to Lynx. I look over to Lynx and fearlessly start running toward him. However, Lynx instantly sees me and takes a quick swing, immediately dodging the sword barely misses my shoulder. Shit. Just like Kid, he's unknowingly managed to slice into me. Tumbling down into the rubble, I look up to see a huge boulder ready to fall on me. I roll out of the way onto my stomach, but then I realize Lynx is just above me. I try to scramble to my feet, but it's only when I'm on my knees that I feel the cold blade enter my back and exit through my sternum. I start to cough blood as I grip the blade in vain. Did I game over? Is there something I'm missing? Wait a minute. I think I'm missing something. Okay. I may look up a guide. I'm gonna look up a guide. We're right here at the end. I don't know. I think there's gotta be some item I'm missing. I'm gonna look it up real quick, and I will be right back in just a second. Okay. So, I don't know. I think I didn't read too much of the guide, but I think I have to ask this, maybe? No response. Okay, so I don't know if this is what I actually had to do or not. It was said to be a gem which soothes all scars, granting eternal life to its owner, or so people believed. The frozen flame is more than just an object. It's not of this world. It descended from the heavens long ago, part of a huge meteorite. Oh. And so it became a treasure of great importance and dream. So it was the part of Lavos then? Like Lavos or something? However, whether a gift that which bestows power is actually a blessing or curse is another question altogether. Since the birth of humanity, at least one entire race has fallen because of it. These people once built a great thriving metropolis with its power, but now all knowledge of this era has been completely lost within the sands of time. A faint feeling of distress comes across Magil's voice throughout his speech. Yeah, Magil is Magus, I think. But then how do you know all about this, I ask? Again, no answer. Keeping silent, I continue walking. Our footsteps once again become the only sound filling this dark path. So Kid is the girl, or the baby from the end of Chrono Trigger on the PS1. Magil is probably Magus. And the frozen flame is like a part of Lavos or something? I'm a bit more at peace. Do not move. Okay, yeah, we have to do this again. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so here's what I found out. Apparently there is a stat in the game that is how much Kid likes you. And in order to get to not die there at the end, apparently you have to get that up pretty high. So I'm going to restart the game. And I'm going to have to pick options that Kid likes. Hopefully, if I can figure that out. And then, hopefully, we'll do that. I'm going to have to do that in another episode because I've been going for over 2 hours on this one episode. Wow. It's going to be probably a short one where we'll probably cut out like 90% of what I'm playing. And then we'll either do the ending or anything new we have. But anyway, I hope you like this. That was really crazy with all the stuff we're tying into Chrono Trigger. Kid's sister being Luca was nuts. The frozen flame was the something from like Lavos or something like that. And then Magil might be Magus probably. But anyway, if you like this episode, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We got one more part of this. We're also currently playing Neo: The World Ends With You and Nier Replicant. But like I said, next part's going to be probably pretty short. It's probably just going to be mostly off camera, me just speeding through the game and making decisions that Kid likes, you know? I might not even record all of it or put it all in the video, and I'll just show the ending maybe once I get it. But anyway, I will hope to see you there. Bye.